Good afternoon. Today we're presenting the topic of deforestation in Mexico. My name is Fernando Huerta, and my teammates are Ángel Arturo, Mia Nieto, Fernando Raúl, Sebastián Armadillo, Emiliano Avilés, and Axel Garcia. We're going to explain the effects that deforestation have in the ecosystem and in the environment of Mexico. The deforestation is the cutting down of trees without measure and control caused by enterprises, the government and the public in general, is the cause of the loss of habitats of thousands of species, and in some cases the extinction of these ones.
The deforestation has caused a rise in the CO2 levels, and it's pretty dangerous because it's not suitable for human life and has caused many health problems, mostly respiratory, such as short breathness. If the CO2 continues rising, the greenhouse effect will be stronger and the temperature of the earth will rise. The only component that the earth needs to eliminate the CO2 is being excessively and constantly eliminated. Without the trees, this effect will continue growing.
The deforestation is caused by the enterprises and the government, that with different reasons that go from the production of wood and even just the construction of houses or buildings. The enterprises usually cut them to produce raw materials and the construction of buildings that have been the principal cause of deforestation. On the other hand, the government has also been one of the principal causes of the deforestation, because of the excessive selling of terrains which the government
People needs a better plan of resourcing management, and in this case, materials made out of wood, as historical materialism says that the resources should be partially and equality given to people. An example that we can adapt to this problem is the people that has money, the bourgeoises, try to get more money and didn't think about the environment.
Another example is that people think that changing the political parties could transform their society by creating an ecological political party. But according to Marx, the solution will be when the changes are not in the politician. The solution is when we change the capitalist system with a communist economic system, so the workers will own property in common and share the wealth they produce.
Are the manifestation of life in nature, meaning we should take care of them. In the Real Declaration, we found two principles that are related to our environmental issue and that will help prevent deforestation. First, the Principle 11, which is called Combating Deforestation, which states that the governments, along with business and non-governmental and other groups, should plant more trees to reduce pressure on primary and old-growth forests. Breed trees and more productive and resistant to stress, protect forests and reduce pollutants that affect them, including air pollution that flows across borders. This principle is related since these are the type of solutions that we need in order to stop deforestation. Now, Principle 13, Business and Industry, states that companies and governments should develop policies that result in operations and products that affect lower environmental impacts. This will be really helpful towards the environment, specifically trees, because many companies deforest immense amounts of trees and forests in order to get material for their businesses. An example of this are the construction companies. Is their main goal is to build. In order to do this, they need to deforest big areas and consequently they damage forests. Finally, a phrase we created in order to reflect about this goes as follows: life's like a tree. It is generated in the dark and blooms through the years.
In conclusion, deforestation is one of the biggest problems facing our country today, and since Mexico is a mega diverse country, we also affect the beautiful landscapes our country has, as well as its extensive flora and fauna. Deforestation, along with other problems, cause the loss of thousands of species to the point of considered extinction, and this same ones becomes more and more daily, decreasing the time we have left on this earth. Each living being disappears, causing changes in the food chains and in the plants, and this ends up affecting us human beings. After all, trees are the lungs of the earth, and this makes them essential for our daily life, and they are what allows us to have a good air quality. Without them, our lives will be very complicated, and perhaps we could even contract respiratory diseases. For this very reason, it is essential that we protect and preserve the forest that remains in Mexico. Despite the fact that some companies have become responsible for deforestation, they cause and have reforested the damaged areas. This reforestation will take decades to repair the damage that we cause. It is up to us to change our habits. If we stop consuming so many products from companies that are harmful to the planet, the production of these products will drop and those companies will stop producing them. Let's be better consumers and thus help our country and planet.